If you go back about 1900, we didn't have all this massive inflation of assets. We didn't have it. Why? Because the currency, the money that we had back then was like a silver piece or a gold piece or something like that. The currency could not be manipulated. The currency could not be just created because the currency was actually a physical token made up of a precious metal. Now, around about 1900, the major countries, what they did, they created fiat currency, bits of paper, which were printed by a central bank. They went off gold, they went off all of that, they started printing money. Who knows the federal debt for Australia right now? It's $1 trillion, by the way. It's about 900 and something. It's massive. How does the government get into debt? Well, what happens is every single year they have a budget like you have a budget at home. So they have revenue, which is what? All your taxes, that's their income. Then they have expenses, right? Now, how many people here could last if your expenses every year for 20 years was more than your income? Until you get bankrupt, it won't last. But the issue is, how can a government continue to have expenses so much higher than their income year after year after year after year after year? And then what happens is when they have this budget deficit, that budget deficit goes to the total debt, that total debt keeps increasing. That happens because they print currency. So what we are in an inflation-driven world. That is a creation of the central bank. They need inflation. So what it means is houses and everything of value will always increase in value. And then what's going to happen is the government will keep spending more than they receive, meaning they got a deficit, meaning this debt here keeps expanding. But the government can never go bankrupt. So you know how they say, oh, France is going to collapse, Australia is going to collapse, the US. It can't collapse. Why? Because they can just print more money. So they can print more money to pay for things, but then what happens is the money that you have and all money becomes worth less.